Well, one of the most obvious things about this particular jewel is that it's a spectacularly interesting emerald because it's crescent shaped and it dominates the whole composition. Tell me about it.
It's very unusual. It was said to have been spotted by Anita Delgado on the brow of an elephant. She took a real shine to it and asked her husband for the jewel, and he agreed on the proviso that she learnt to speak Urdu. So she did.
Quite a lot of baggage on the elephant, emeralds and Urdu. It's a spectacular object, and in a funny way, the crescent form echoes a convention within aigrettes, particularly in the Middle East, that the crescent is part of the concept. And so it has a life before this jewel, without a shadow of doubt. And what date is the jewel?
The stone is dated 1910, or was taken from the elephant in 1910, but it was developed later into this piece in Paris when Anita visited. She had it made into the brooch. It could also be worn on the wrist, and before then she was wearing it as a very much Indian jewel on her forehead.
Fantastic history, isn't it? I've never seen a jewel wearing elephant in my life, and a massive status symbol here. The message is, with these jewels, is that I can not only afford them, but that I can protect them, that I'm a powerful person, and in an age before photography, they were a status symbol of enormous importance to sovereignty and to be seen by your subjects wearing these wonderful objects. Well, once again, we can see that the profile of this jewel is anything but flat, and we turn it over, and there's a hint of versatility here, that this can be worn in many different ways when the framework has been removed with little screw fittings like a Meccano set. And it's part and parcel of the extraordinary architecture of these jewels. They're very complex, and the level of refinement is unsurpassed. Well, that's a fantastic story about the elephant, but what about the owner?
Anita Delgado, who was a dancer in Madrid, and at 16 she was spotted by a prince from India who took a real shine to her, whisked her away to Paris with her family. She was treated to the finest restaurants and hotels, and then eventually they were married.
Well, that's a story worthy of not the Indian Nights, but the Arabian Nights. I've never heard of anything so romantic. Just imagine what it's seen, the romance of all of that. Absolutely breathtaking. And the story of jewellery, really, because without that context, it's nothing.